Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make starter GUIs and how to make player GUIs in Roblox Studio. So let's get started. First of all, starter GUIs are just what takes up your screen that you see in many games. Now this is one of the most important things to learn in Roblox. So let's get started. First of all, let's create the GUI. So just press the plus on starter GUI and add a screen GUI. You can name this whatever you want. I prefer to name it stuff like interface, so we'll do that. Now, something that many people don't do, let's just add a frame here. And let's put the size on 101010 so it takes up the whole screen. Now, if you press play, you'd think it takes up your whole screen, but it leaves this bar up here. So you might be wondering, yeah, I've always had that issue, how do I fix it? Well, it's not in the frame or anything itself, it's actually in the interface GUI that we made. So if you ever want that to not be there, or if you want it to take up the whole screen, I always put on ignore GUI inset. So that's like the inset that it adds up here. So just toggle this on whenever you want. Okay, now another important thing is reset on spawn. We need that to be on because this is going to be a menu. So it pops up every time you spawn. Now this is going to be like a choose your character menu basically. So we're just going to make the size take up half the screen. So 0.5, 0, 0.5, 0. And then you can put this right there. Okay? And if you're wondering why I did 0.5, 0.5, this just means that it's absolute. It means like no matter what like thing you're on in Roblox Studio, whoever plays it, they could be on mobile, it's gonna look the exact same. So always use the front numbers and not the second numbers. Okay? Then we can also add a border, but do not ever add it with border size pixel. It will look really bad. What I prefer to do is go to frame and add a stroke, UI stroke, and then you can change the thickness however you want. You can even change how it looks. You can change it to a border, contextual. I like to do border for now, and you can also make it anything you want. Melter would be just like square. Now, I'll be also getting into how to make stuff like round too, without like plugins. So many people don't know how to use UI right, and they will just go ahead and they'll add a plugin that makes the UI round. Now, it usually does this with image labels, and that looks really bad. So if you really want to make it like actually good, add a UI stroke, and then you can just go, or not UI stroke, my bad. It's called a UI corner. Now, you can just change the radius. Now, get rid of the offset. Always use the front numbers, like I said. And we're just going to make this anything below 1. So like 0.5 or 0.2, 0.1. I personally find that 0.05 always looks good. And then also, I'm just going to use contextual, or not contextual, I'm going to use round, and that will clip to it. Now in frame, I like to make this a little bit transparent, so like 4, or actually, just 1, 0.1, so you can still kind of see through it. And also, I'm going to name the frame. We're going to call this message, actually, choose weapon. You're going to be able to choose a weapon. Actually, no, we're going to make it even simpler. Choose spawn. Okay? And then, we're just going to change the color. So, I like to usually make it bright, but not too bright. So, I like this color right here. It's pretty much just this. Alright? So, now we're pretty much finished. What we're going to do now for, what I mean is that we're finished with the frame itself. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to add a UI list. Actually, no, UI grid layout. Basically, this will make it so it has a pattern that it follows, so we can add multiple different things and they all are in the same area. Also, this will make it easier to add more things later on. So what we're going to do, first of all, is add a button. Okay, and now as you can see, we can't move it. So if you want to make it where it's only in a specific area, create a frame or a scrolling frame and put the UI grid layout in there. And then put the text button in there too. And then in the frame, we're just going to stretch it to wherever you like. I prefer to do it anywhere that's not in the corners whenever I round. And then you could name this spawns, border size pixel 0, transparency 1. And then, now as you can see, we're using the second numbers, so we need to make sure we get rid of that as soon as possible. So there's a plugin that I like to use called Autoscale Lite. It's free. It's one of the most popular plugins. Just go onto plugins in Toolbox, and it's going to be the this is like the 25th one. So yeah, it's usually like the 25th one that you can have, and it's free. So make sure you download that. So just go to plugins and unit conversion. Now I don't know where it's going to pop up on your screen, but just find it and then press scale on size. Okay. And now it's pretty simple what we're going to do. We're just going to change where the button is. So first of all, we're going to make the button bigger. So this will be spawn 1. And duplicate it a couple times. This will be spawn 3. This one will be spawn 2. Also, to make sure it goes the same way, we're going to change the layout order to 1. This one will be 2. And this one will be 0. Now you can change the text to spawn 1, spawn 2, and spawn 3. Okay, so now we have these spawns. Now also don't forget that you can edit these. You're not just locked in place. Now I'm going to make these all white. I'm going to add a UI stroke and the same UI corner to each one of these, so it matches the same style. And then in UI grid layout, oh actually besides that, make sure you put on text scaled so it like fits, and now that looks great. Now in UI grid layout, we can just change the cell size to whatever you want. Now it doesn't matter if you use 100, 100, but on this one, these are pretty hard to master. You kind of just have to wing it. So you kind of have to just 0.2. Actually, what you're able to do is if you go to plugins, I'm pretty sure this works the same way. No, it doesn't. Okay, it's fine. Now in these, just add 0.1 0 padding. So 0.1 0 0.1, and then delete that one. There we go. And then also, you can do the sort order to layout order, alignment, do center, vertical, or actually horizontal, and then vertical alignment can be in the center. So then you can also scale this up. Alright. And now this looks pretty cool already, but we're going to make it so it's actually functional. Also, before that, I'm going to add a text label to show you guys how you can use text labels. Just do it up here, and do 70 right here. And then 0, transparency 1, make the text white. Text scaled, choose your spawn. Okay, And now you can also add a UI stroke to this, and then change it to contextual, and then change it to mirror or bevel, it doesn't matter. Honestly, I think that one looks better. And we can make it kind of smaller, like that big. Okay, so choose your spawn, and you'll be able to choose it. Okay, so in the text label, we're just going to name this to title, and that needs to be fixed, so it's unit conversion scale. And now everything is unit conversion, so now it should scale properly on every single device. But how are we going to make this functional? So it's not that hard. What we're going to do is press the UI button up here, which will toggle it, so you can choose. And then default spawn is going to be right here, so people spawn right here no matter what. But we're just going to add more spawns. So go right here, add one right here, add one right here, and add one right here. Okay, and then we're going to add a part to each one of these. So this one will be green. That one over there will be blue. And this one over here will be red. That way we can make sure which one we're going to. Okay, and then this one will be spawn location 1. This one will be spawn location 2. This one will be spawn location 3. Now on all of these, make sure it's not neutral. And you can change all the team colors. So now you can make this different teams that can spawn here, but I'm just going to make it where it's basically, you know, actually, instead of spawns, we'll just do teams. So like this will be green team, this will be red team, and this will be blue team. That would be better. Okay, and then let's add some teams. So blue, green, red. Auto assignable, turn all of that off. Change blue to blue, red to red, green to green. Okay, so now that we have all of the teams, let's go back to the UI, and we'll change all the colors to whatever it's going to be. So we have green team, we have blue team, oops, and we have this team, which is red team. Okay, so, and then instead of spawn, we'll just do team 1, team 2, team 3. Team 1, team 2, team 3. And then instead of choose your spawn, we'll just choose your team. So it's actually not that hard to do changes to your UI, as I just showed you. So now we're going to be able to choose our team. So what we're going to do by default is go to neutral, and then we'll pick our team. So, and also this goes every single time. So what we're going to do now is create a server script. We'll call this team, and we'll also create a remote event in replicated storage called join team. So in team, we're just going to do game.replicatedStorage.joinTeam.onServerEventConnect function, player, and then team. And then we're going to do player.team equals game.teams. And then team. Okay, so that's all the code, and then in each one of these we'll add a local script. So this one will be called team, and we'll do game.replicatedStorage.joinTeam fire server, and then this one will be green, and then just paste these into all of these. So this one will be blue, and then this one will be red. And then afterwards, oh, also, I actually messed up on this. What we need to do is activated, connect function, and then do it. So what I'm going to do here is just copy this. And then paste it in, and then in. Put that in all of them. Now, this is kind of rough. It's not like a pure representation, but also, what you need to do afterwards is script.parent.parent.parent, and then we'll do destroy, because we're not going to get it until we respawn. So then we can just copy this, and then copy this, paste that in, and now we're finished. Alright, so now if we go ahead and press play, team 1, now we're green, and now in the team server, what we're going to do is do load character. So player load character, and that's just going to respawn the character at the correct spawn. So team 1, team 2, team 3. So I think the issue is, actually I'm not sure what the issue is. I guess we'll just not have a regular spawn location, and they'll just spawn wherever spawns. And then team 1, team 2, team 3. Actually that's weird. No, okay, so we can actually have the spawn location, but I guess the issue is that it's not, these aren't auto assignable maybe. So select all of these. Oh, that's the issue. Okay, so the team colors are not right. Yeah, I knew something was up. That was kind of weird. Alright, now it should work. Team 1, that works. Team 2, and team 3. Team 3 is blue. That's pretty weird. Yeah, we're just gonna delete this one, and then create a team called neutral, and then just make it medium stone gray, and then auto assignable. And this should be 3. And now this works. Team 1, team 2, team 3, keep doing it, and then team 2. Okay, wait, spawn location 2 needs to be spawn location 3, and spawn location 3 needs to be spawn location 2. Now, it says I'm on blue team, but then this one, oh, it's just the color, my bad. Yeah, it's just the color of it, so we need to change that to blue. That's what kept getting me so confused. I was like, why is he taking me to this team when it says we're on this team? Alright, so now, after all the work, it finally works. So team 1, team 2, team 3, so on and so forth. Alright. No, it didn't actually get rid of it, so what we can do here is just player GUI dot interface, and then dot spawns destroy. So now Oh yeah, we actually had an issue. Oh, it's choose spawn. And then team 1, and you don't get to choose no more. But then if we reset our character, so if we die or something, then we can choose our team. It's perfect. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Everything will be in the link in the description down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.